Good afternoon, beautiful women all over the world. I am so glad to be here with you again, and I hope you are all doing abundantly well. So, this episode, I gave a title, It Is About You. It is about you, and how we feel in our observations of our feelings when other people enter our space and hurt us in ways that we have never envisaged happening. I've talked about distractions in the past and the many different ways that we get distracted from our paths and journeys of love. My focus this episode is to talk about people you encounter, partners, friends, and especially at the workplace, who tend to make you feel you cannot do anything right. If you think about it, and all the people you know in your life, the criticisms come from just a handful of people. Yet, they seem so loud, it can make you feel like everyone else is against you. And dare you make a mistake, you hear it from the rooftops. And after this goes on for a while, you become sensitized to those noises. And you begin to forget about all the other people who truly love you. You also begin to forget about who you truly are in these circumstances. So how would you go about changing the tide? How would you go about your business and ignore these distractions, these loud noises? I can assure you it can be done, and easily, if you have some tools in your healing container. I'll give you a couple of tips. Do not lock horns with anyone. It feels exactly as it sounds. The click, you hear the click in the lock. It is a major trap where when you are ever ready to release, you find yourself bound and at the other person's mercy to release you. You will notice, firstly, how much work you have to do and how much of your power you've given away in that encounter by just responding. The second tip is try to sidestep the criticism or offense and buy time. It does not mean you should never respond. It just means you're not going to play defense. Being defensive is never a winning strategy. You need an offense as well. And the time you spend creating space, time, and gathering your thoughts allows you to see the full picture on the board and come up with a game plan that is winnable. And by winnable, I mean move ahead with your plan of freedom and success, leaving behind the negative, undesirable energy that attempts to throw you off your progress on this life's journey. Those people always want to drive you down lower. And it is imperative that you find the tools to move yourself upward and higher. All my former clients and in my women's circles have discussed this topic at one time or another. And you will often hear me say it's never about the other person. It is about you, at how someone makes you feel. Now, there's a little passage I came across recently, and I felt like I wrote it myself, but I give credit to Christine Arana, an author of a few books I'm reading currently, and she is my woman of power and grace for this episode. She notes about this topic. Always try to feel yourself, perceive yourself, especially in situations that touch you emotionally. Make yourself an observer of what you experience. For example, if someone verbally attacks you, you become an observer of your emotions. The observer observes what is happening inside you without evaluating it. The observer shows you the effect on your body, on your aura, on your chakras, and your psyche. The observer is the best option you have to detach yourself from the unpleasant situations. And this is also the way to know yourself as pure consciousness. There is a sacred space deep inside of you that is untouchable. From this space, you can live this untouchability without losing your touch with the divine. When you are aware that you have the sacred core within you, someone can offend you and you can limit your whole reaction to it, to just listening. It won't touch you or shake you. Just listen. Whether you are praised or scolded, listen and stay in your center, in your inner divine core, and watch yourself. Even if you're praised, recognize what it does to you and whether you need it. You will redeem yourself in this path. You will feel liberated and untied. And out of that vibration, you will be completely natural and authentic. You will be free. I thank Miss Veda for this wisdom. I'll close with this. Remind yourself that you are loved beyond measure by your Maker. Just observe and move on. Leave the lower energies behind and to the side of you and stay centered. Keep the path clear of unwanted images. Focus on your own image and divinity. You'll find freedom to move on. I assure you, I love freedom. The freedom to be, and the freedom to be in full expression of who I am. We are all taught from an early age that we are created in the perfect image of the God, Goddess. So find a way to remind those who are so critical of you, of that Goddess in you. I thank you for being with me. I thank you for listening. I thank you for sharing. I thank you for all the times you've sent a note and acknowledged the messages you're getting and the healing you're getting. And I ask for your continued sharing, subscription, listening, both here on this podcast and on YouTube and all the other channels. And I'll share the links below. I love you, love you, love you. Thank you and happy Friday. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Be a woman of power and grace, always in your center, observing and listening